All right, just about ready for baseball. And our pitcher in this game, it'll be Marcus Stroman. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the hook of tough situations and get his team back in the dugout. Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you...
Feeds to second, out there. And that's 2. Now it's the second baseman, Nico Horner. The wind of the pitch. Breaking ball through there for a strike.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
Caught him looking for the K.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch to stay on. You don't want to get beat inside, and as you see that pitch continue to run away from you, by the time it's in the catcher's mitt, you think it's a ball off the plate away.
Ian Happ up to hit. The 1-1. There's a swing and a miss. That one misses. Now 2-2. Righty delivers. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Way high. And that one hammered. Carlson ranging back on it. Back some more. And that one's gone into the bleachers. Ian Happ bops one out of here. His 9th homer of the year, and they jump out front. It's 1-0.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spit on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
Dansby Swanson stands in. Next one is off the plate. Ball 2.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
On the ground. Gorman throws on to first. Play made, that ends the inning. Cubs get one on the solo shot. It's an early 1-0 lead. You're back here at the friendly confines. Here's Nolan Arenado. Gets the slider in there for a strike. Stroh, a former first-round pick out of Duke back in 2012. When he was at Duke, he actually was a two-way guy. He played middle infield. He still loves to shag taking ground balls at short or third or second. Really good athlete. On the ground right side.
Yeah, this is a guy that goes out there every time looking to prove that height does not measure heart. It's something that he has written on the bill of his cap oftentimes when he's pitching.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Stays alive. And a 1-2 again. And a foul ball. He stays alive.
He wanted that fastball high and tight, looking for a strikeout. Just didn't locate it very well.
Swings through it for the K. Slider got him for strike 3. And up to hit is Wilson Contreras. Next offering is in for a strike. On the ground, right side. Tosses to first, and Contreras is retired.
Batting six, the left fielder,
Jack Sawinski next up for the Cardinals. Hitless yesterday as they only pushed across one run. And it's even up. And now the count filled up 3-2. That one down the line. Fair ball. Around first and hustling for second. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Well, the last 10 games or so have been anything but fun at the plate for him, so that one has to feel good. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done.
And a swing and a miss. And that'll do it. Here at Wrigley Field, here's the third baseman, Christopher Morel. The next pitch misses, and the count is 3-1. And fouled off. Here comes a pitch. And he walked him.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
Here comes a 3-2. On a line, base hit. Morel around second, headed for third. And now runners at the corners, nobody out.
He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it.
Edwin Rios here. Kicks and fires. And that's outside. Matthew Ross behind the plate. Pitcher's umpire.
Yeah, pitchers that work side to side effectively love being on the mound with Ross calling balls and strikes, Boog. If you can command your stuff on the outer edges of the strike zone, he will reward you.
The pitch. Got it by him for the K. One down. Here comes Cody Bellinger. And the pitch. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. First and third. One down.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit. Just not able to square it up.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, Boog, it becomes pretty difficult as a teammate when a guy's struggling like this. You don't know if you want to go up and tell him to keep swinging it or if you want to give him his space, what exactly he needs. But right now, it's clearly a struggle for him, and you're just hoping that somehow, some way it'll click, and he can get out of this as quickly as possible.
Yan Gomes waits. Hit hard, base hit. In comes the run from third. It's 2-0. Gorman relay to second. The tag out. All set for the start of the inning. And now it's Juan Yepez. Line drive, base hit, right center field. And that's going to roll to the wall. Around first, digging for two. It's a leadoff double to start the third.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
And now it's filled up. One of the coolest moments of Marcus Stroman's career, Chris. He was the MVP of the 2017 World Baseball Classic. Team USA won gold. He took a no-hitter into the 7th inning of the championship game.
Really so awesome to see how guys buy into the WBC in spring training. They really take it seriously once they put on that USA uniform.
And the right-hander deals. Oh, that fastball drilled him. He had 2 strikes on him. And he hit him.
Well, the bright side is that will help the on-base percentage a little bit. And that's a category no batter can ignore these days. OBP, OPS. Well, maybe that'll ease the pain just a little bit.
On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. Now it's Goldschmidt up to the plate.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
And they're all loaded up.
A great back and forth, and that at bat. He had to lay off some really close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
On the ground to first. That's out number 3. Here's Nico Horner. Led off the game with a strikeout. Lifted in the air, right field. Nootbaar moves under it. And there's one down.
The left fielder, number 8, Ian.
Digging in is the switch inning outfielder, Ian Happ. He's already homered in this one. One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Got him. And there are 2 outs. 2 outs, base is empty. And now Dansby Swanson. He was a strikeout victim his first time. And a pitch. So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
Well, they gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
That one not close. And the count's even at 2. That misses off the outside edge. On the ground to the left, Motter. Slings to first, gets him easily, ends the inning. And the Cubs are down in order, but they're on top 2-0. Back here at Wrigley Field, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Wilson Contreras. Battling here as he fouls it away. 3-2 now. Good job to fight that one off. And a 3-2. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Wisdom calls it in, and there's one away. Jack Sawinski next up for the Cardinals. Swing and a slow roller. Wisdom takes it to the bag. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th. Here's Nolan Gorman. His first at bat was a strikeout. Next one just misses. And that's ball 3. And there's ball 4.
Did miss by much right there. Just couldn't get the call off the inside corner.
Juan Yepez next up for the Cardinals. Doubled his first time up. And now 2-2. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And that is that. Ready to go, bottom 4. So now it's the Cubs hitter in the 4-hole, Patrick Wisdom. Next offering misses. 2-1.
You know, these Cubs showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
The 3-1. A little out front there as he swings through it.
Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set him up to do more damage later in this game.
Three-2 on the way. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Out to short. Over to Goldie. There to beat him by an eyelash.
Now batting, third baseman, Christopher Morel.
So up now for Chicago, Christopher Morel. The 3-1. And he can't come up with it. And he'll pull into second safely. And up next for Chicago, Seiya Suzuki. And he's already singled in this game. And 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
At the belt and fires. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
So now here's the DH, Edwin Rios. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. Gonna count 1-2.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Runner at second, 2 down. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Had him out front for strike 3. Cubs leave 1, but they hold the 2-0 lead. We go to the top of the 5th. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Taylor Motter. Next pitch misses, and a count 2-1. Ground ball up the middle. Swanson fires over to first. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th. This is Dylan Carlson. The 1-1 is fouled off. California kid, played for his dad at Elk Grove High School. His teammates there with Nick Madrigal. The next offering misses. 2-2. Got him looking. 2 away now.
Oh, man, just locked him up with that slider, even though it caught a lot of the zone. And I think that tells you all you need to know about what he was looking for in the box.
Oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. Into the bleachers and gone.
A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Swing and a miss, and now 2-2. On the ground to third. Throws across the diamond. Out number 3, but not before they're able to draw closer with this blast. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the center fielder, Cody Bellinger. Next offering is fouled back.
You know, these Cubs doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. I'm exhausted from watching some of these at-bats. Lots of full counts and a ton of pitches with the starter still out there. They're taking up a lot of his energy.
Got him. And he's down on strikes for the second time today. Now it's Yan Gomes. Swings and misses. Slider right there.
Boog, I can't even keep track of how many full counts we've had in this one. I've messed up my scorebook because there have been so many, and you know my scorebook is a work of art.
Swing and a miss. And that's strikeout number 100 on the year.
Number 2.
Here's a speed threat, Nico Horner. 1-1 now. And another ball. The pitch. Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out. 3 up, 3 down. Back here at the ballpark. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Now up the Cardinals' number 4 hitter, Nolan Arenado. The new pitcher in the game, Adbert Alzolay.
Well, you see the ERA very solid, and that doesn't always tell you the whole story, but he's been really good so far this year.
That one out to right. Makes the catch. And there's one away. Wilson Contreras now up to the plate. And a ground ball to first. And that's just foul. Wilson Contreras has put together a pretty special career. Multiple times he's been an all-star and a guy that came up in the Cubs system as an infielder. Jack Sawinski next up for the Cardinals. And a pitch. Fouls one off. 2-2.
Yeah, very athletic catcher, and the thing about it is offense is probably what.
Oh, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. Dakota Hudson gets handed the rock out of the pen. He's pitching on 2 days rest. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder Ian Happ. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. How about Wilson and William getting a chance to start and hit back-to-back in the 2022 All-Star game in LA? That must have been cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, and these two guys have a chance to be like the Molina brothers.
The 1-1 is fouled off. And here it comes. Way inside, gets out of the way. He goes down looking. Dansby Swanson, the next Cub to hit.
Swanson, former first-round pick by the Arizona Diamondbacks. Vanderbilt player in college, College World Series player, all that good stuff, but really coming into his own.
So now 1-2. Action in the St. Louis bullpen. Genesis Cabrera getting loose out there. Basevich getting cranked up as well. The 1-1 is fouled off. The next pitch misses, and it's 2-2. The rope into right, and that's a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
He was all over that one. Pitch was away, and he did exactly what you're supposed to do with it. Drive it the other way. Just go with the pitch.
Patrick Wisdom, the next Cub to hit. The 1-1. There's the strike. Here's a 1-2. Swings and misses. 2 gone now. Now the third baseman, Christopher Morel. And he deals.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And there he goes. Swing and a miss.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Throw to second. Ow! And that'll end the inning.
Well, trying to get.
Welcome back. Now, Nolan Gorman. Bounced out to short. And they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Now that designated hitter.
Next is the designated hitter, Juan Yepez. Smoked on the ground a second. Sends it to first. And 2 away to start the 7th. Taylor Motter next up for the Cardinals. The 1-1 is fouled off. The tying run at the plate. Now this is in the air down the line. Brings it in for the 3rd out. Nothing doing there for bottom of the 7th. So up now for Chicago, Christopher Morel. Next one misses, and it's 2-1. Hard ground ball, base knock.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of this struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game. But all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Seiya Suzuki, the next Cub to hit. Here's a 1-1. Roll to short, could be 2. 1 at second on to Goldschmidt. That's 2. So 2 down now, and here is Edwin Rios. And now it's 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight. Here comes a new arm for the Cubs, John King.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
The wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Had him out front for the strikeout.
Pretty big strikeout right there to start this 8th inning. Down 1. Any leadoff base runner really makes this inning a bit more interesting. But now this offense has to switch from possibly trying to manufacture a run to needing to run into something or just try to string multiple hits together to get a run across the plate.
The wind of the pitch. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. Slow ground ball to the right side. Horner tosses to first, and that quickly 2 away. On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. Now at the plate, Paul Goldschmidt. Swing and a miss, and the count is 2-2. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Brusdar Graterol comes out trying to close it out.
Power slider guy, Bird. He throws it hard and gets a lot of late movement, so it's tough to pick up.
With a single base runner, because of all the power, they are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. The right-hander gives up the 2-out walk.
Walks out of the bullpen can absolutely kill your momentum very quickly. They're in some hot water trying to protect this lead.
Swing and a miss. And up to the plate comes Cody Bellinger. 3-2. Line drive. Pulls up, and that's in there for a knock.
All over that one right there. Really stayed inside that baseball to send it to the opposite field. With the shift onto the full side, that's an easy knock if you'll take it.
Here's Yan Gomes, having more success against left-handed pitching this season, as might be expected. Ball to strike. Pitch. Swings through that one for strike 2. Nobody out. Runner at first. Not close with that one. The count now 2-2. The other way. Dives for the bag. Got him. Double play. Here's the Cubs leadoff man, Nico Horner. That one the other way. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. We go to the 9th. Now the left fielder, Jack Sawinski. Kicks and deals. And a foul ball. Looking to get the tying run on base. Just misses there. Hit on the ground to the right side. And he takes it himself for the out. Here's the second baseman, Nolan Gorman. Swings and misses. And the count 1-2. Next offering is foul back. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. The 1-1 is fouled off. And a pop-off right side, foul territory. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball. Got him! And 2 away now. So now here's the Cardinals' designated hitter, Juan Yepez. This to third, and he grabs it in foul ground. Got him! And that's the ball game.
Well, someone from the bullpen had to come in, get a big out, and then had a little time.